In this episode, we're excited to say that it's time to return to racing as we're doing a review of the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. While we come out of the summer break, it's been surprisingly quiet.
Whoa. Stop. I think you're missing. We have had some very big news in the last couple of days. Now, sources very close to me have confirmed. No, they confirmed. Sorry, they're close to me. It's all fine. My people spoke to their people. And Cadillac have actually signed both their drivers. So Bottas and Chico are actually going to be definitely driving for Cadillac. And not only that, they actually signed a couple of weeks ago. Cadillac just is holding on to this at the minute. They're going to release it shortly, but I can confirm both of those are driving for Cadillac next year. Yeah.
Okay, so we're expecting the news to come out anytime.
Expecting the news. Yeah. So it's lights out.
To drop the clutch.
And we're starting from the pit lane today, I think. All right, let's get racing.
Come on, Yuki. Hello and welcome to the Downshift. As we've just had the breaking news from Lachy about the driver signing for Cadillac, but we're excited to say that after 3 weekends off, we can finally get back together and watch racing as we return to Formula One with the Dutch Grand Prix in Zandvoort, making the return after the summer break, which promises to be a thrilling weekend as Zandvoort always seems to do. Are we excited, team?
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
Extremely excited to see Oscar finish off the season and become world champion. Come on. Let's go, Oscar.
Yes. Can't wait to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch Formula One.
No, it's at 11 again this week, isn't it?
Oh, 11? Oh, even.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, we're all going over to KT's house to watch it, so it's all good. Yeah.
Alrighty, so with that, we've got the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Zandvoort is nestled in the North Sea dunes. It's known for its old school charm, but it's also a bit of a party vibe atmosphere as well for the fans that are attending. So it promises a lot for those coming to watch the race. It has some challenging banked corners, so we're seeing a 6 to 18 degree and a 15 to 18 degree.
Sorry, Christian, what you've skipped over that. What's the corner that 18 degree one's on? Come on.
There's a couple of corner names here. Yeah, you need to have a crack at.
Have a shot.
Hunger Holzbosch.
No, not even close.
Good.
No.
And the Ari
We'll have a go.
Linnen de Block.
Yeah, no, the first one was even better than that. That last one was terrible.
We'll go with that.
So
Sorry for anyone who lives nearby. We don't mean to butcher you.
Don't ask me for directions.
I don't know.
Apologies to our Dutch followers.
Hugen Holtzbock and Ari Luyendikbocht. There we go.
So if you're asking for directions, it's early.
We go. Send all
Turn
complaints.
left at the Shell Servo, and it's just up the road a bit.
Send all complaints to Christian at thedownshift.com.au.
This is worse than the chefs in Muppets.
Right.
So, look, it is a tough track, though. There is limited overtaking opportunities here. We do have a couple of DRS zones, as we'll be seeing for the last time this season, as we talked about in our last episode, saying goodbye to DRS. Qualifying is really important in regards to this race, and strategy becomes critical in regards to the teams making sure that they're making the most of the pit stops. And
so Ferrari's in trouble then, is that what we're saying straight out? Or?
Oh, yeah, could be.
So qualifying is important like every other race.
More so here, because the straight is so short. It is tough to overtake, but it is close to the sea. There is some unpredictable weather at this place sometimes. And looking at the weather chart, Mr. Weatherman, what are we expecting?
Unpredictable weather at this point, but I just want to clarify. Are you saying that this is going to be another Monaco, like just going to procession around the track?
It's not. No, it's not the same as Monaco, but there can be overtaking, obviously, with some strategy, offsets and stuff, but there won't be a lot.
Weather is unconfirmed and unpredictable for this weekend, apparently. There is a chance of rain coming.
Yep. Well, let's hang on to that if we want an exciting race.
Something. Yeah, some rain.
So Shui, as you mentioned about Ferrari, though, I mean, what needs to be remembered is Lewis Hamilton holds the lap record here from 2021.
That means
nothing.
nothing.
Not a Ferrari, though.
Yeah, it means
that
nothing.
means nothing.
I did some tips based on that information on previous races. That's you. No, nothing.
You lie. You pulled that out of a hat. You lie.
No, that was before the hat.
Tips. So with Lewis holding the track record, it is a 72 lap race. covering 307 kilometres around Zandvoort. So what is having a look at some of the key storylines that are coming out of this weekend? If you'd like to kick us off.
I'll do that. Verstappen's homecoming and record chase. Home GP for Max Verstappen has won 3 Dutch GPs since the race return in 2021. If he wins this year, he'll equal Jim Clark's record for the 4 Zandvoort victories. Max's 200th Grand Prix start this weekend, and recent form has been shaky with no wins for the last 4 races. So he's got a bit of work to do. Red Bull's RB20 is no longer the dominant car, which we've seen. Strong competition from McLaren and Mercedes. Support from the Orange Army of Dutch fans will be out in force to cheer Max on.
You would expect he's still going to put in a cracker of a qualifying lap, though.
Well,
yeah.
It's his home race. He's got home support. He's always been quick here. And, I think if you're looking at the informed drivers to finish behind the McLarens, it would probably be Charles, Max, or George. But I think this sort of race, it'd be hard to go past Max for third place in this race. I think it'll lift him for sure.
Oh, you've
Christian,
pushed him up to third.
Tips, he's in third.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll get to tips later. We'll see.
And look, this is a passion race. This is a passion race for Max.
It's his home race. Yeah. This is where if he's going to go well anywhere, it's going to be here or the Red Bull Ring. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'll lead us into then McLaren pushing for the title with a couple of internal dynamics going on there as well. Now, honestly, I think everyone's just going to be basically watching McLaren to see if they can secure the Constructors' Championship, given that they're so far out in the front. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's not in the bag yet. It's not in the bag yet. So they could have both cars crash out every race.
Zach's printed the posters already.
Let's not forget, Nathan, you didn't back them for Constructors. You didn't tip them.
You're right.
This is true.
Yep.
But the main, obviously, I mean, for everyone watching at the minute, the main story is obviously between Piastri and Norris. And obviously, Norris, who just trails him by only 9 points. So it's, neck and neck at that point in time. But the other side from it, that is Norris won the 2024 Dutch Grand Prix and he's won 3 out of the 4 last races that we've had competition for. So he's thrown down the gauntlet.
Momentum does seem to have swung a tiny bit back towards Lando recently.
But that won't phase Oscar.
3-week break?
A 3-week break, yeah, that's it. I mean, Oscar's been sunning it up in sunny Greece with his girlfriend, so he must be all relaxed and refreshed and ready to go. So it's got to be between the two of them for pole and race win.
With Oscar, and this is where needing to be able to go and stamp dominance coming into the last bit of the season. This is, again, he's not rattled, so Oscar's going to be quite calm in regards to going into it and seeing how he's performing. The last thing I want to hear, though, is the McLaren team radio reminding them how we race.
I know. We all know. Don't hit each other. That's the only rule. I can't see them changing that. But
do we have to have a shot if they're doing that at your place on Sunday? Like if they announce it on the radio?
Yeah, it's doing my head in. Both the drivers know how they race, papaya rules, whatever. We just want to see a good battle. And I would challenge that potentially you're going to see Lando, who's going to, again, we've talked about Oscar living rent-free in his head. I think Oscar's on the doorstep now because Lando's had a good few races, but Lando just needs something not to go quite right, and he could come a gutser.
We'll see. And look, Oscar's been just driving so cool, calm and collected, really. And there was some press about him this week about Mark Webber being a really good influence in his corner during this season, and that's probably evident. Mark's been in situations like this before, and Oscar's a pretty calm bloke anyway. So let's see. But like we said, quali's important. So I think quali should be between Lando and Oscar to see who can get pole. Everyone will be expecting that. So it'll be whoever comes out on top is going to have the best chance of winning the race, I reckon.
I'd just like to say, based on the last 5 minutes, I've got on Lathan's tips done already.
We haven't got to the tips yet.
So you can put him in for him.
I reckon I could slot them in for him right now. And I reckon I'll be pretty damn close.
We haven't talked about Williams or Sauber yet or anything. You're jumping ahead.
Hulkenberg's coming through the middle of the pack. Here we go. Yep.
If it rains.
If it rains, exactly right.
I just took Albon out of the hat.
Preemptive, Dan. Preemptive.
So moving on from McLaren, we've also got Mercedes who have made the decision to go back to the suspension setup they had before Canada. So they changed the suspension for Canada and actually had obviously had a great result, but we haven't seen the car performing well since then. And we've seen the driver confidence, especially for Kimi Antonelli, dropping because of that. So the decision's been made to go back to the old setup. So we may see a little bit of a resurgence here for Mercedes as Georgie and Kimi have a car which they're more comfortable with and have control over. So again, to your point, Huppy, is Georgie might be up there again, being able to fight for podium.
He's been really consistent in races, so just hopefully if they go back to that previous car config, that it gives them a bit more confidence and the operating window is a little bit wider maybe. And, if the weather's in their favour this weekend, they could be up there for sure. Probably not top 3, but we'll get to tips later.
Are you written that down, Lachy? Not top 3 for Mercedes.
I've got a record of this. Don't worry, it's all fine. Yeah. I'm editing the spreadsheet as we speak, so that's all good.
How do we think Ferrari's going to go this weekend? Lewis has been struggling mentally with his own self-confidence issues, just a bit like Kimi has, I think, recently as well. How is Lewis going to go this weekend? Do you think a rest for 3 weeks is going to help him out?
If Lewis doesn't win this race, he equals the largest number of non-podiums since joining Ferrari. So for Lewis, he's going to be wanting to win, or at least get on a podium for Ferrari. Otherwise, he's going to take a new record, which I'm sure he doesn't want to have to his name.
That's just typical Lewis, always chasing records.
Based on what we've seen, though, realistically, though, he's not going to be on podium.
No.
I wouldn't expect so.
I mean, he's
which
been
is a shame.
staying just to make it to Q3 a few times, and that's like... Yeah.
We'd love to see him up there. Like, really, you really want to see them battling and competing, and love to see him up there.
Huppy, you mentioned a few other teams as you're considering your predictions. Now, I've gone and done a little bit of research because, I love a graph. We've seen a bit of a drop-off from Williams. If you look at the graph here, I've actually plotted the cumulative wins over the season so far, and then I've put a trend line against those wins as well. And we're seeing Williams, who are essentially starting to plateau in regards to their performance. But based on the performance of Sauber, Racing Bulls, and also Aston Martin, we've got a battle on our hands between Sauber and Racing Bulls and Aston Martin for taking over the 5th spot in the championships. If the results so far are anything to go by, we should see Sauber, who potentially could take the lead within the next 2 races, followed by Aston Martin and then Racing Bulls.
Especially if we use exponential trend lines like this graph.
Polynomial.
Is it polynomial? Yes.
Oh, no.
Your pronunciations are going well tonight.
That's fantastic. Our viewers are not going to know what that is, all right?
I'm just waiting for the graph that plots the number of graphs that Christian's been doing.
It's a new record.
It's going at an exponential rate. The polynomial
computer
rate,
says no.
But, you're right. You're where Williams are at the moment. They don't want to be plateauing. They really love to maintain that position in the championship, and it's worth a lot of money at the end of the year.
Well, Carlos needs to get off the blocks, doesn't he?
Yes. He's been finding his feet, but I don't think he's been quite as good as he hoped he would be.
They've gone too hard too early. And I mean, what's a real shame for Williams here is they've actually, and based on your positioning on the championship standings, this is where you get allocated additional time in the wind tunnel, extra CFD time, etc. So Williams, because they were so high up in 5th and earlier in the season, they've actually had less wind tunnel time allocated to them. So you're seeing the likes of and Aston, who, with Adrian going across there, getting that additional time in the wind tunnel, being able to do more development. And so that's going to pay off for them.
So Williams are sandbagging?
No, Williams haven't sandbagged.
No,
but you could argue the others have.
To be fair, no one thought Kick Sauber was actually going to get any points. So, I'm not sure they were sandbagging.
Yeah, and they've had some half-decent results, and they've got a good rookie with Hulkenberg, so they're doing quite well.
He's a good young kid, that Hulkenberg.
He'll go places.
Yeah. Do you know what? I reckon he'll go to Audi next year.
That's what
possible.
I thought that was Lachlan's rumour.
So as we get off the teams, this is Zandvoort's second last contracted race, 2026 being their actual last race with a potential contract extension. But again, we see Spa now going to a alternate schedule, so we may actually see Zandvoort doing the same thing. And what's going to be really interesting is this is where they need a strong turnout and an exciting race to be able to showcase Zandvoort as its value to Formula One. One of the challenges that they've faced of recent and in court is that a ticketing dispute with the Platinum Group, who actually were given, I think it was 35,000 seats to sell to international guests. They weren't able to fill those seats. And so essentially they ended up in court because the Platinum Group refused to pay the difference in those missing seats. And so they've been in court having to go and chase that money, which the court has actually awarded to Zandvoort, with the Platinum Group having to pay an installment of 3.8 million euros. So,
ouch.
It's not exactly chump change either. So it's a fair chunk of change.
No, and Zandvoort's working hard they want to maintain their position on the calendar and they want their circuit to be seen as a great circuit to race on. So other news this week, they've apparently been looking at NASCAR or IndyCar as options to come and race there as well. Like they really want to be a premier track for premier series. So, yeah. So
with that, we do see, as to your point, it is a bit of a party vibe, and again being on the beach, in the dunes there. Going to our resident weather guru, Lachy, what are we seeing for the weekend coming?
Well, look, as I suggested earlier on this one as well, like the forecaster suggested unsettled conditions as we state. So there is a potential storms coming across for 3 days. They haven't confirmed whether that will be on the Sunday as well. Now, rain came through in 2023, and they had a record of 188 overtakes to set that record there. So, if you do get a bit of wet weather on there, it could actually, favour Verstappen or Hamilton because they're actually really, really good in the wet weather. So are the newer drivers, not so much. And then obviously, something that's not going to help Ferrari would be tyre strategy and then pit stop timing. So, the wall from that side of thing hasn't exactly been in their favour. But if you can get that tyre strategy right, potentially on this track, if you have a bit of wet weather come through, that could actually be pivotal.
Yeah, it's all about the timing.
I feel like your pit stop timing there is a really great segue into a graph, Christian. Have we got something?
Have we got another graph? Have we got another graph we can throw up?
Do we really want to suffer through that? Anyway, let's move along. Keep going. Let's keep going.
Maybe on our review of the Zandvoort Grand Prix, we can go back to talking about pit stops.
Now look what you've done. We're going to sit through another graph. Come on.
Yeah, there'll be a pit stop graph.
So with that, expectations for the race, we're expecting this to be competitive. Again, we're seeing competition between the drivers in McLaren. We've got other teams which are wanting to prove their worth, and we've also got Max who's looking at this in regards to his home race. So one that he doesn't want to lose. For that, we're seeing strategy taking a real play here, especially if the weather does go awry. Going to intermediates, who knows if we'll see wet weather tyres come out? I mean, But I think that takes us nicely into our predictions for the race. So with that, who'd like to kick us off?
We already know Nathan's predictions.
Mine.
Actually, Lachy, can you give us Nathan's predictions, and I'll just lock those in.
Well, yeah. What do you think my predictions will be, Lachy?
I think he's going to go Norris for pole. He's going to go Piastri for the win, Norris for second, and Max for third.
Wrong.
Hey.
Ooh, okay.
Nearly right. I'm going to go Oscar for pole, Oscar for win, Norris for second, Verstappen for third.
Oh,
all right, so Oscar, Lando, Max. Okay.
I think that's a safe bet. Yep.
That's close.
Yeah, it was close.
Lachy, did you want to take those tips for you? No.
No, I'm going to have Norris for pole, Piastri for the win, Norris for second, but I'm going to put Georgie in for third. I just think the Red Bull's going to crap itself out. I'm not going to be good.
I thought you might go for Charlie for third.
No, I don't trust Ferrari at all this season.
We reckon Mercedes have gone back to an old setup.
Suspension setup.
So Ferrari's just let you down too many times. You're hurt.
Which doesn't matter, Dan, because you're pulling names out of a hat. So to be honest,
it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter what you talk about. Yeah.
Bring on 2026. Come on, Audi. Let's go. Come on.
All right. So Lando, Oscar, Lando, George. Or just put Charles down. Sorry. Yep. George.
Whoa. Don't you go mucking up my tips, sir.
So Lando for pole, Lando for win.
No, Oscar for win.
Oscar for the win. Lando second, and George third.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We're mixing it up this round. This will be interesting.
The pole sitter's not always been getting the win.
No.
Correct.
Hence my strategy.
All right. Shall we leave the magic hat till last?
Sure.
We just have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, for me, I'm
Who else? Who else are we getting tips from?
Christian. Christian
He just gave his tips.
I'm right here. No, I just gave Lockie's.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd given yours.
No, so I've got Oscar.
He's recording
Oscar
2
for
tips
pole.
just in case.
Oscar for pole.
Oscar for the win. I've got Max for second.
Oh, there's a burnt tip.
Bold.
Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
And George for third. So
Well, I think we're extending
Is
our.
Lando going to crash out in mechanical
Norris-
failure? How's this going to work?
I think Lando, because Oscar takes pole, I think Lando is going to have to do something a bit risky, and it's not going to pay off
Take his
for him.
bat and ball and go home, or what? Okay. All right. Well,
Fair enough.
all right. Here we go.
All right, very good.
All right, let's
Get
go.
the hat
Well,
out.
full
Off we
The
go.
disclosure,
excitement
I've taken-
starts. So we're starting for pole.
As mentioned, I've taken Alex Albon out, I've taken Esteban Ocon out, and I've taken Isaac Hadjar out because. So eventually,
Just to clarify, have you got like 4 drivers left in the hat, or like, how many we got to go in there?
2, 3. I know there's 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
7.
7
Okay.
left.
All
Well, I
right.
took out Hulkenberg a while back because that was a flash in the pan, and no one's ever going to get points for that. Anyway, all right. So the first one is George Russell, George for pole,
Georgie.
Georgie for pole. Okay.
which that back to that suspension. They did well in Canada. Handsome George.
Hold on to that thought.
Oh God, Lando for first.
Lando for first.
Yeah, that could work out.
I don't want it to be, but anyway.
Neither do we, but that's all right.
I'd like Oscar to keep going. And who have I got here? Oh, Max for second. So
Same as
Max,
Christian.
Max in second is going to
Backing
give
me
someone
up. No, all
points.
good.
The hat's doing all right so far.
The magic hat.
It's not doing too badly. I got to be honest. I'm not too disappointed this time.
Because he
Wait
took
for
all the
it.
loser drivers out.
Yikes! Kimmy for third.
Right.
Although if George is pole,
You never know.
Slightly
Never
tough
know.
ask. Yep.
but that means
Never know.
George has really fallen off the pace. But anyway, it's all a bit of fun, isn't
Which
it?
is disappointing if he's going to get pole position and fall back from there.
I mean, you'd be disappointed if I ended up pulling out Lando, Oscar, Max, like everyone else.
You're right. We would be disappointed.
Oh, God, how boring.
You might have a chance to get points that way. That's right.
I know, right?
Okay, so
Deficit
with
to
our
make up.
predictions, we'll all be gathering at Downshift headquarters at 11 p.m. to watch the race. So you'll see us blurry-eyed, ready to do the review of the Zandvoort Grand Prix, and hopefully we'll see a bit of a mix-up in regards to the results, with potentially some rain and some thrills and spills along the way. So with that, any last words, team, before we sign off?
Go, Kimmy.
And on that note,
And so with that, make sure that you like and subscribe so you can hear Dan's predictions from the Magic Hat. Until next time, we'll see you on the next lap. That's the checkered flag for this episode of The Downshift. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us in the paddock. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a lap. And hey, if we've earned it, drop us a 5-star review. It really helps us climb the grid and reach more motorsport fans. Until next time, keep it fast, keep it fun, and we'll catch you on the next lap.